welcome. On this episode of Abby Normal Garage, we run away from the camera. On this episode, we will be working on this 2014 Husqvarna HU800 all-wheel drive. My neighbor brought this in. His neighbor gave it to him after it kicked back so hard it broke his pinky. I tend to believe that with his jury rig starter rope arrangement. So there's really only a few things that this could be. Most likely a sheared flywheel key that changes the timing. We're going to go ahead and throw the blade on real quick, give it a shot, see what happens. With a little help from our waste oil jug jack, we got this thing propped up. It really doesn't look that bad under here. I don't see anything broke or anything. This thing's in pretty good shape. Okay, the oil level's good. It had gas in it already. Let's give it a shot. What the heck? Let's try it again. Well, it definitely burns oil, I can tell you that much. Let's try it again. I don't really think there's anything wrong with the engine other than the oil consumption, but I did notice that the drive wheels don't seem to want to engage. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick and see what's going on. I'm going to try to turn out on this adjustment and see if it makes a difference. This might be an easy job. This may not even be worth making a video about. Well, let's go ahead and mow a little bit and see what happens. Well, the test didn't go too bad. Ran pretty good, starts easy. It does burn oil. But one thing we noticed is this wheel does not engage, and it pulls hard to the right. We think it has something to do with this really bad bearing here. Unfortunately, you can't get the part that this bearing comes on from Husqvarna anymore. So we're going to go ahead and take this thing off, try to put a new bearing in it from the hardware store, and get it fixed. Abby, kick this montage into high gear. We first start by removing all the hardware that holds this side piece on. We found out pretty quickly that the bearing race was frozen to the shaft, so we're going to use this Carbide Cutter here and split that. And with a little prying, the bearing race comes out. Now this piece should pull off effortlessly, or maybe not. There was a little burr at the end of the shaft. Let's take care of that real quick. With our piece removed, we take the traveling roadshow to the bench. We first start by applying heat. Now we start by chiseling around the entire perimeter, trying to get it to move upward, which it's doing ever so slowly. Now with the new angle, we're able to really drive the point home. Oh yeah, now we're doing it. Look at that. Woo woo. Got it. Okay, now that we got that out, let's get this thing measured up. Looks like it's a 1 1/8 outside diameter. And it has a 1/2 inch shaft diameter. So we need an 11/64 shear pin, a 1 1/8 by 1/2 inch wheel bearing, which I think they have at the hardware store, so we might be in business. Through great effort, we were able to locate a new bearing at the hardware store. They had plenty in stock. So let's go ahead and we'll press this thing in here. We have to use an impact socket, being it's going to be subjected to impacts. Oh, got a little off center there. Beautiful. All right, perfect. Let's get this thing installed. Well, Abby, what do you think? It's so nice to have you in here, Abby. What do you think? What do you think? You think we can get this thing done? Look at the camera. Yeah, that's your fans. Yeah. What do you think of the repair? Look at the repair, Abby. We got it all bolted up. What do you think? Is that the shake of approval? Or is that disappointment? Well, I can't work like this. You need to move. You gotta move. Yeah, you got to move. You gotta move. Oh my God. They say it's not a lapdog, but it is. All right, Abby. There we go. All right. That's good. Now let's get this bagger door spring engaged, like so. All right. Now that's in. This one gets the pan head screw. And the nut on the inside. All right. That's that. Put the handle. Get you clip in for the handle. Put our axle gear pin back in. Let's get a dental pick, run that around where that clip goes. Come on. Come on. That's that. And this goes on like so. Washer. The wheel. Next size up. Alright, these things are set on notch number 5. That's awesome. And last but not least, we'll put this on. Awesome. Well, it's a good thing we decided to check the air filter. We figured out why it burns so much oil. So this is the air filter cover, and this is the air filter they had in it. This is a Briggs & Stratton air filter. We know that because it also had this pre-cleaner that says Briggs & Stratton. This is the factory Honda one that it's supposed to have. If you didn't notice, there's a difference. So obviously what happened was, ever since they put this air filter in, it's been able to suck dirty air, which probably roasted the rings in this thing. So we're going to put this correct Honda air filter in, and hopefully our neighbor likes his new mower. Will it do a burnout? Heck yeah, all 4 wheels. Let's go ahead and test this thing out. Well, this is definitely an improvement. When you engage the drive, it goes perfectly straight. And it's kind of interesting how when it gets warm, the oil burning kind of goes to a minimum. It could definitely use being rebuilt though. Hopefully he'll like it and decide to do that at some point. Well, Abby, I think we have another solid repair on this Husqvarna HU800 all-wheel drive push mower. Feel free to like the video if you enjoy the content. Share it with any of your friends who might have one of these push mowers that needs repair. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And we'll see you on the next episode of Abby Normal Garage.